Hey guys, welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast, your free daily guide for inner child healing and repairing the relationship with yourself. This podcast helps you establish a consistent reparenting routine and is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading, the second is a discussion of that reading, followed by suggested journal prompts, and the last section is a peaceful binaural beats meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us. I'm so glad that you can join us today on this journey of healing, self-expansion, and growth. If this is your first time, welcome. As a celebration of recently passing episode 500, I've opened up a free membership tier for our Patreon community. And this is so that you can access additional resources as well as join our weekly Zoom support calls for free. I understand that there's a lot going on in the world right now, and I know that so many people are really struggling. And so my hope with this is to encourage others to take up the serious work of reparenting and to offer a free community where people can do that. I'd also like to thank everyone who's been along for the journey so far. We've passed episode 550 and continuing beyond. And so this is just a reminder to you all that this is a free podcast, but if you'd like to support the project, you can purchase the Reparenting Daily Journal where you can follow us along all year. This 333-page journal gives you extra insight and resources for each week and also provides space for you to keep your notes. Another way to support the podcast is to purchase the Fairy Tales for Reparenting series, volumes 1 through 3. This collection organizes famous and obscure fairy tales from around the world into 3 phases of the hero's journey, from beginning, middle to end. While you may think that fairy tales are for kids, I'd like to challenge you. These stories contain profound truths and lessons carried down over centuries that we can use in our own reparenting journeys. It's a fun way to reconnect with your inner child. Each volume comprises 10 fairy tales. Each volume also contains an analysis section that helps you dive deeper into the message, as well as journal prompts with space for you to keep your notes. Lastly, you can also support this podcast by taking a paid Patreon subscription, by purchasing some of the books that are available on Amazon, or by donating on Buy Me a Coffee. You can find all this information on the Support Us section on the website. Thank you again for your time. And so now with these announcements out of the way, let's dive into today's practice. Today we're listening to a lecture, or a TED Talk I should say, by Mehrnaz Bassiri. And this talk is entitled, To Achieve Success, Start Detecting Your Small Wins. Just as a reminder, we are in December and the theme is reflecting and setting intentions. We're in week 2 and the theme for this week is now celebrating your achievements. Without further ado, here's the TED Talk. We'll only listen to a portion, and you can click on the link in the show notes to listen to the TED Talk in its entirety.
Have you ever tried to weigh an ant? If you're like most people, you're actually doing it every single day. We weigh ants when we expect that our brand new business idea will topple Amazon overnight. Or, here's a good one, when we hope that a single week at the gym will result in 10 pounds of weight loss. Or when we commit to learning a new language and then expect to be fluent after a month. We all do this, weighing ants. We're all taking the tiniest wins and accomplishments of our lives and we're throwing them on these huge scales, expecting to see the needle move. We look ridiculous, of course. Trying to measure ounces of daily progress in pounds is a recipe for despair. But we seem so stuck in this habit. And we are missing out. We're missing out on learning. We're missing out on succeeding. We're giving up entirely thinking that we are not good enough. The news and social media have played a part in this. We're constantly bombarded with stories of investors and entrepreneurs going from nothing to millionaires overnight. And we don't like admitting to our slow progress, failures, and worst of all, our insecurities. Who wants to talk about those? They make us feel frustrated, disappointed. And you know what? Sometimes even embarrassed. It's easier to keep quiet or to fake it, not realizing that that's what many others are doing. And then we compare our accomplishments to each other's and feel lousy and insecure because we know that our success story isn't the full truth, but the other guy. Oh, now he's got it all figured out, right? He sets on his Facebook page. Consequently, these seemingly large successes being accomplished by others have programmed our thoughts and desires to want and expect the same kind of results in our own lives. We've started to measure our progress on an oversized scale. Imagine for a moment that this very stage is a scale. It's big enough to weigh a car, right? But do you think it would register anything at all if I put an ant on it? What about 1,000 ants? Do you think it would register anything then? Okay. What about 1,000 ants jumping up and down? It's unlikely that a scale this size will register the ants at all, but that's what we're all doing. We're achieving things in small, nearly invisible increments, but then expect them to register on a scale the size of a TED stage. And we feel like failures when they don't. Carl Weick is an organizational theorist. He talks about the importance of small wins. What are small wins? Small and wins don't seem to go together without some conscious effort on our part. But he says that small wins have a transformational power, and that once a small win has been accomplished, forces are set in motion to favor another small win and another small win, until the combination of these small wins lead to larger and greater accomplishments. But what does that actually mean? It means that losing an ounce of weight puts us on the path to losing a pound, and then 2 pounds, and then who knows, maybe even 100 pounds. It means that adding 2 new words to our vocabulary in a new language does put us on the road to fluency. And it means that selling a few books online can set the foundation to become the largest online retailer or to topple it. But the weight of these individual small wins isn't significant enough to be detected on our oversized scales. And when we don't see any changes, we get discouraged. We think it's us, that we're not good enough. And we give up. Real progress is the combination of slow, small, and steady steps, repeated over and over again. It doesn't look like much when it's happening. It's more closely related to our habitual behaviors than to our achievements. In her TED Talk, Elizabeth Gilbert, the author of Eat, Pray, Love, talks about her struggle with publishing another book after her massive success, feeling that whatever she published next wouldn't be good enough. The way she found the inspiration to keep publishing was by remembering her journey as a writer, her days of working as a waitress and trying to get published, and how for 6 years she kept getting rejection letters. What kept her going at the time was focusing on what she loved the most, writing, despite the results that she was getting. And that's how she found her way back to writing after her big success.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today's message delivered a powerful message of success. Reframing success, that is. You see, most people fail not because they're not capable, but because they don't recognize their progress. Bassiri explains that our brains are wired with a negativity filter that makes us overlook or dismiss small improvements, even though these micro wins are the very things that build long-term success. When we only validate big, dramatic achievements, we miss all the daily evidence that we are moving forward. The talk emphasizes that noticing small wins is not just motivational, it rewires your brain to build confidence, momentum, and resilience. Bassiri breaks down the science behind this. Small wins release dopamine, a neurotransmitter tied to motivation, reward, and learning. When we acknowledge these wins, we strengthen neural pathways that make future success more likely. Ignoring them does the opposite. Your brain learns that effort doesn't matter. Her story about the struggling student who transformed by tracking small daily progress shows that celebrating microachievement changes identity, not just behavior. You become someone who sees growth instead of failure, possibility instead of defeat. The talk closes with a call to practice. Track your small wins every single day. Don't wait for the milestones. Don't wait for perfection. Start catching yourself succeeding in ways you normally ignore. 1 page written, 1 boundary kept, 1 brave moment, 1 healthier choice. By recognizing these wins, you build internal evidence that you can succeed, that you are consistent, and that you do follow through. You become the kind of person who celebrates their growth, exactly aligned with this weekly's theme. As we go to the journal prompts today, number 1, what is 1 small win from the day, so small you normally wouldn't count it, that actually represents progress? Number 2, how would your confidence and momentum change if you intentionally track your daily micro wins for the rest of December? And number 3, Think of a goal you're working towards now. What are 5 tiny wins, small behaviors, small shifts that would prove to you that you're already moving forward? That's it for today. As always, thanks for being here. Take care of yourself, and please do be well. Welcome back. Welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please go ahead and find a space where you can be comfortable and undisturbed, where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down, or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Take a moment to simply be with yourself. Focus on your breath and gently connect with each part of your body. If thoughts arise, don't let them overwhelm you. Just observe them without attachment. Imagine them as leaves drifting down atop a river, passing by without needing your engagement. Stay present, grounded, and open to this moment.